Hey guys, welcome to my Blender tutorial series, and in this tutorial we'll be going over the different viewport shading options in Blender. In the last tutorial we went over beveling, and that will teach you how to make more hard edge objects like this smoother. So if you want to learn how to do that, go ahead and watch the last tutorial. You can click on the link in the description and it will take you to the playlist where you can watch all the tutorials. But without further ado, let's get right into this. In today's tutorial we'll be going over the different viewport shading options. There are in total 4 different viewport shading options, and you can toggle X-ray mode. X-ray mode basically makes every edge, vertices, and face a little bit translucent or transparent, and so you can kind of see behind it. So when you have complex, bunch of different stuff, you can look through all of them, and you can generally see what's going on. Or instead of doing this, you could click on wireframe mode, and that wireframe mode by default makes it turns on X-ray. But if you let's say toggle it off when you go back into solid mode, when you click on wireframe, by default it'll turn it on, because without X-ray, wireframe mode is like this. It's kind of weird, so it's best turned on. And wireframe mode, it's kind of like an improved version of X-ray, but in X-ray, if you still want to slightly see color and all that, it makes things a bit too complex here. So you can go back to solid and click on X-ray. And that's really wireframe mode. Next mode is solid mode. In solid mode, everything is very dimly lit. You don't need light in the scene to make it any better. And everything's dimly lit. Even if it's like really far away, it's about the same amount of lighting across it. That's solid mode. Most people build in solid mode so they can get more frames while building in lesser lag. And this is material preview mode. In this mode, if you change a material, you can go ahead and preview it, whereas you couldn't do that in solid or wireframe. So this is just for seeing color, and objects are a bit brighter here in material preview mode, as you can see. And the color, and there's more light, so you can see the color more vibrantly. After this comes rendered mode. Right now you only see a dark cube because there's no light. So if you shift A, you click on light and you add a point light, and you tap G and move it along the Z-axis. As you can see, the light is reflecting off the object. The lights only interact with the object in rendered mode and no other mode. And rendered mode is kind of like a preview version of what you would see. Again, rendered mode is clean and easy and it works perfectly almost. But if you're going in cycles, it's best you work in the previous 3 modes, because it will really slow you down. Right now it won't slow down that much because there's only 1 cube and there's 1 light, but when there's many lights and many cubes, and it gets hard to maintain. So as you can see, there are more and more there's more and more noise, and it looks a little bit ugly. So it's best to keep everything in Eevee mode. And the best part about Eevee and cycles is any settings you keep, except for these settings, most of them, like color and stuff, will remain the same across cycle and Eevee. But this one would be pretty important, because if you're making a model, it's best you do it in solid mode or material preview mode. But if you want to see how the final product would look like, you could go into rendered mode, where you can tap 0 to go on the camera and you can basically look around. So thank you all for watching again, and I'll see you in the next one.